The Arizona podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors and walls, and self-leveling underlays. They service all of California, and they are an awesome company. They speak Spanish, and they do amazing work. Check them out at Triumph_coatings on Instagram. And if you use the promo code ArrowsUp, you get 10% off. So check them out. Arrows Up Podcast. We have Gehrig on. He's back, second time on with us. And David. We talk The Office. We talk TV shows. We talk competition in music and a lot of NBA. Good stuff. I love talking NBA. I love talking NBA with people. I love talking NBA with Gehrig. He's a great hang. And as always, you can find his music anywhere. So check him out. And so we will have him again soon because he's going to go see Wemby, as you're going to hear in the pod. So we're going to have him again, and he's going to tell us his thoughts on Wemby. And I think he's going to be super excited to watch him because Wemby is incredible. So that's the pod I have for you today. So enjoy it. And here are the guys.
All right, my lady is in the next room watching The Office. Tell me if it's too loud and we can turn it down.
No, you're good.
Okay, if you can hear it in the background, let me know.
We wouldn't mute The Office, by the way.
Oh, we love The Office.
Okay, good. That'd be wrong if we didn't like The Office. That's no good. I don't trust people that tell me that.
Yeah, me neither, because it tells me that you don't have a good sense of humor. You're bad at conversating if you don't understand the humor of The Office.
Yeah.
So when people tell me that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you just
you're one of those. Okay.
So you're dumb, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we don't like good sarcasm. All right.
Yeah, I've had coworkers like that, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
All right.
Dude, how was that other thing? Like,
not bad.
Okay, cool.
So the only thing that happened that threw me off is we're in the middle of the interview. He asked me a question, and then all of a sudden he just starts going like, "Oh, we got a raid. Oh, it's a raid. Oh, what's up? Thank you. Da da da. Oh, what's up? Shout out. Blah blah blah." He's started shouting out all these people, and I'm just got cut off, and then he just went into this whole tangent.
Other thing. Oh.
Talking to these other people, and I was super confused. And after I asked him about it, and he said on Twitch, one of the things that can happen is someone can end their stream, and when they end their stream, they can drop their audience off to another streamer's thing. So I guess one of his buddies was streaming, and in the middle of it ended it and sent his audience to our stream. And so he's like, when that happens, you just have to go crazy. So these people are into it instead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm fine with it, but it threw me off in the middle. I'm answering some question about a song, and then he's just disregarded it and went into this thing. I was like, oh, all right. Okay. Got it.
Ooh. Dang. All right. Twitch be twitching out, I guess, man. Dang. All right.
It's a different world. I don't understand it, but I was down to give it a try.
Right on. Well, we're glad to have you here. And here we promise to never cut you off when we ask questions, and we appreciate you, Gary. So
thank you.
Right on. Y'all check out my new Laker cap, dude. Dude, look at that, bro. Dude. Obviously the listeners won't be able to see it because it's just audio, but pretty nice, not gonna lie. Look at that. My brother hooked it up.
That's dope.
Hit him up for your sports merch needs.
That's sick. Are we live? Are we going? Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
We are, yeah.
We're rolling. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we good.
All right.
Dude. Go. Are we doing some hoops today as this game is coming to a close?
Yeah, we can do some hoops. We can do a little bit of everything.
You lead the way. I'm here.
Yeah, we can do a little bit of everything. Let's start with The Office, since you brought up The Office. Did you go through a season, because it's happened to me, where I watched it all the time when it was on Netflix, and when it went to Peacock, even though I had Peacock, I didn't watch it as much. And I went through that time where it was forever since I watched it. And then recently I went back to it. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot just how much I enjoyed how perfect The Office is as like the background show. And I could just pick up in any scene and just be like, oh, okay, here, I know exactly where I'm at. Did that happen to you? To you guys too? Because it definitely happened to me.
The Office is definitely a show I go in seasons of watching, I feel like. And I think when it got off the platform I was used to watching it on, I got thrown off and was just like, oh, whatever, and kind of started going to other shows to become the background show.
Yeah.
But my lady has Peacock, and that got me back on it. And so now, like, it's definitely in the rotation of the background shows, like when you're just looking for something to throw on.
Right.
All right, let's just fall asleep here. Like, just need something easy. It's the best. Like, it's just one of those shows that every time I watch it, I will laugh at the same jokes that have made me laugh every time. And I feel like that's just brilliant writing if that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't really watch. I would just watch it like sporadically, whether it was like on streaming or like what was on TV, like the reruns. And I was like, yes, The Office, but never like binged. That was mostly like Seinfeld I would binge, That was like, yeah. Because Seinfeld was like also like watching it like late at night, like as a kid when it was like, I think it was like Channel 13 where I grew up, where it was like on like past like 10, and it was like
UPN.
Yes, Seinfeld. Yeah, dude. But yeah.
Yeah, the episode, one of the scenes that always cracks me up is when Phyllis is talking about the flasher, and Michael comes in and he does his whole thing, and then Toby walks in and says, let us see your penis, and just like that entire sequence always cracks me up because it's just so ridiculous, it's so outrageous, and he's just finds it so funny, and everybody's so appalled. And every time I watch it, I just can't stop laughing when he puts like the index finger inside his pants, and he just like opens up the trench coat, and it's just so funny. Because at first I'm like, was he the guy that did it? So it's just so funny. Just that entire scene is always golden anytime it comes up.
Dude, I've had real life instances where like I'll order food somewhere with friends, and then they're like, it's like the chicken piccata thing, and they're like, "Oh, like Dave, what did you get? Like that sounds good." And you're like, "I'll have that." And I feel like 3 or 4 people where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna have that too," and I'm just like, it's the chicken piccata and side salad, and I'm just like, but they're just gonna word it differently, and I'm like, and then I'll bring it up to people, and they're like, "Have you guys The Office?" And some of them are like, no, and I'm like, oh, but they just happen to like what I ordered, and I'm always thinking of Jim. I'm like, I was Jim in that instance, like ordering food, and everyone's like, "That's a fire order. I'm gonna have that too," and I'm like, yeah. Bruh. But yeah, who's your guys' favorite character?
Michael. I mean, does he count?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Like if we're saying just like, I mean, the whole thing doesn't. Michael creates the show, the basis.
Right.
So it's like you almost have to say Michael. But
Yeah.
my favorite.
If we were to say someone other, because like, if Michael's like ingrained as one, it's like, yo, let's all admit he's that guy.
It's why I asked this Michael count, because for that
Right.
reason.
Yeah.
If he doesn't count, then it's probably Kevin.
Oh, that's a good one.
If he doesn't count, it's Kevin.
And that's a really good one.
Dude, the chili. I was thinking of Kevin with the chili, and I'm like, oh.
Yes. I always think of the turtle, the one where he's going about the turtle and how like they're like talking about what happened over the summer, and he's like, "Oh, I got the turtle," and then he's like showing him piece the shell back together, and all goes, and he's like, "And the turtle, it was dead the whole probably from the first time I ran it over."
Yeah.
Dude, or his dog. When the dog is like,
Well,
yeah, she doesn't move or anything. She just lays there all day. She barely eats the food I put out, and we're all like, oh,
They're like,
no.
does she smell? And he's like, she smells
terrible. Yeah. Dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that one is
yeah.
so good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I remember one time I went to go pick up a pie, and I think I was wearing an office shirt, and the girl was like, "Oh, is your favorite character?" And I'm like, "Does Michael count?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, I get then it's Michael." Like it's just that becomes a very boring. And she's like, "Why wouldn't he count?" And I'm like, "Well, he's
kind of goated. Like
yeah, like why? Like it's." And I think she's told me she like watched the show once. And I'm like, okay, I can see why you don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Because like my answer when you said favorite character was like the one that popped in my eye was like Creed, because I was just thinking of like every time he's on screen, he's doing something that's like just making me laugh. I feel like
it's constant buffoonery with him.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he's really doing that. Yeah.
The Twitter thing with him is hilarious. And just like,
oh yeah, Ryan just makes him a Google Doc or whatever, like a Word doc.
Oh man, that one's so funny.
He's like, it's dark even for the internet.
Yeah.
The other Creed one that I love is the kids are there one day and they're like talking about how bad his desk that he like smells over there, and he's like, oh yeah, like I know what they're talking about. I sprout mung beans in my desk.
Oh yeah.
Owl or like so good.
Dude, Asian Jim and Dwight just like, oh.
I'm not a big fan of that scene, to be honest.
What?
I don't get it. What
do you mean?
I know people find it hilarious, but that's one of those scenes that the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, cool.
What?
And then I just, obviously I noticed like everyone loves it. Everyone thinks it's so hilarious. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't see it. Like it's every time on Twitter where they'll do like, what's one take that has you like this? And it's like, and it's like all the sorts. And I'm always like, it's that. Like, I don't get why people think that's funny.
Oh.
So I don't get it. It's not for me. Not gonna lie.
Fair, I've heard people make fun of that scene because they're like in terms of like going to gym for it, because it's like, bro, to get off like a silly little joke with your coworker, you let some other dude come in and like kiss on your wife in front of your
wife. Yeah,
place. It's like,
well, guy was like the photo. He's so close. He's like, dude. He's like, he would know. Like his photo's right here.
Yeah.
And just Dwight like making it's like, dude, Dwight, like the length they went to get them to believe it. I'm like, because a kiss is one thing, like, but like to make up a whole like
family photo, the whole
thing. The family photo. I'm like, dang, dude,
Classic.
I really like the when he gives him the Tic Tacs.
Oh yeah,
after like yeah, dude, and he's like, oh, why does my mouth taste so bad? And it's like, dang.
Yeah, but Jim
I watched it. They showed that like in science class, and I was like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm here for in class, like the office clips. Yes, dude.
Right. But Jim is a bad husband. Like when Toby grabs Pam's leg, and he's just kind of like whatever. or like Kevin when they meet up for the first time after she was like gone on pregnancy leave, and he just starts crying to like make her boobs grow because
Yeah.
they'll fill up with milk supposedly. And he just does nothing, and I'm like, dude, you are. And if this was real life, you would be a useless
dude.
partner.
And sometimes they'll be just taking like crazy shots of her in the office for being like a failed artist, and he just won't say anything. It's like, bro, if that was my chick in the office, I'd be like, yo, watch your watch your mouth, like, don't
Dude, have you
like,
guys
that's
seen?
crazy.
There's that. I don't know what show it is, but there's a clip of It's The Weeknd. The Weeknd is on a show, and it's like he has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend is talking to a guy, and the guy's like feeling up like her stomach, like she's showing her off her abs, and the guy's like, "Oh my, yeah, your abs are really toned, blah blah." And the Weeknd, like his character is like, "Yo, dude, can you like get your hands off my lady?" Like, and the guy's like, "Oh, sorry, I come from a family of doctors." And he's like, "Well, are you a doctor?" And I was like, "Then get your hands off." I'll have to send it to you guys. It's so, it's like the confrontation. I'm just like, oh dang, like the Weeknd is him.
Yeah.
Well,
that,
the
like,
way a normal guy would act.
right. It's just like
definitely not just be like turn and look at a camera and be like, well,
right. His little hair,
my zany coworkers.
Yeah, like the one where Dwight pays he gives Aaron $5 to be like, I won an art contest. And he's just like laughing in Pan's face. And then like Jim's like, not cool, Dwight. And it's like, that's it. Like that's all.
all
Like,
we got.
like okay, cool. Yeah, Jim is, when it comes to that, he's such a bad defender of fact. Because at least Roy would like be willing to like to kill you, you know?
Right. Well, even when Roy like attacked him or attempted to attack him,
yeah.
Jim was kind of like, I'm just gonna like,
Yeah.
And then what does Dwight
it's Dwight who comes to the rescue. Yeah,
Dwight is ready for that action. Jim is not.
Yeah. Dude, Dwight, oh my gosh. Is he doing like karate or taekwondo? And his instructor is like, he says something like, I don't really like him, but I've never met anybody with like so much drive. And I'm just like, Dwight. Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes ever. Like he is crazy persistent.
Yeah, I'm like, dang. True. Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's so funny. What is the first show that you guys like fell in love with?
Ooh.
SpongeBob, probably.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, like if we're going like early, like childhood, that was probably.
I was about to say, like how, like this animated like kid shows you would watch, like.
Or like first, like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it shows that like to this day you like have a recollection of it, like.
Oh damn, dude! It's kind of like, dude, Sesame Street. I had my mom. Dude, my mom was like, bro.
Great call.
I kid you not, Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And then, okay, whenever I was in LA last, I was at my aunt's house, and she was she had her granddaughter, her little baby girl, and they put on Teletubbies, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I was on Teletubbies. I used to watch that.
You're a PBS kid, huh?
Dude, Mr. Rogers. Bro, Mr. Rogers, OG, dude. Yeah. What's the is it King Friday or what I think? Yeah, dude, Caillou. Yeah. Dude, PBS kid for sure. Arthur.
Arthur was fire.
Arthur memes, dude. Arthur hit, dude.
Arthur was fire.
Yeah. But pretty nice little study of like the PBS stuff.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers too. That was like huge. I always wanted to be the Green Ranger.
Yeah, you went back even farther than I was thinking. That's a good call. If we went back that far, Power Rangers definitely would have been in the mix
for sure.
I was on that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I liked all those shows.
Right. Yeah, for sure. As far as like the sitcom-y type stuff, I think Seinfeld was the one where I was like, I didn't really exactly know what I was watching at the time
Yeah.
because I was a kid. But then as I got older, I was like, I would go back and like rewatch the reruns, and I'm just like, yo, this is pretty fire. Like young David was like, he was right to stay up late and watch this,
Yeah.
even though like he probably shouldn't have. Wink, wink. But I was like, no, this is good. I was like,
I got to Seinfeld late. I got to Seinfeld like last year.
oh,
And it was one of those like, oh my God, like this is funny. This is
yeah,
yeah. So I got to that one late. It was, which is why The Office is like like that just has a special place in my heart.
right,
But it's George is like like he is the number one guy,
dude.
and it just
Yes,
Michael's obviously super like amazing, but just the character of George is like next level, like so different and just so appalling. Like I was watching it with Stephanie the other day, and she's like, "Who's your favorite character?" I'm like, "Oh, George." She's like, "Why?" He's so annoying. I'm like, that's the point. The point of that show is that he's just so repulsive, and he's just like everything that you hate, it's him. And it's but he just pulls it off. So I got to Seinfeld late. The first one for me was that '70s show.
oh for sure,
That was
yeah,
the first one that I remember. I watched the first like the pilot. I was like, oh, this is cool, and like they're in the circle in the beginning. I'm like, man, like you obviously
right.
don't know that they're like smoking weed, and then it takes you a little bit to realize like, oh, that's what they're doing. And then like all they talk about is like what your friend, me and my friends would talk about at school. Like that's all you wanted to
Yeah,
do. So like like that was the first show that I remember just being like, oh man, like every Wednesday night, 7 out, on Fox, we're gonna
yeah,
watch that '70s show. So that was the '70s show was the first show
Great show.
that I was like, oh man, like this is good.
yeah. No, dude, for sure, for real. When they're sitting in a circle, like I had no idea what was going on, and then as I go there, I was like, "Oh, there's smell." Okay, I was like, "That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, dude." Like, just yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. That one, like at the end, like once Eric left, like it, we all agree it wasn't like the same, right? Like it
Oh,
just,
he's huge. Eric is a huge. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a
Yeah.
little. It almost is similar vibes to Office when Michael leaves, where you're like, this is still like
Yeah.
good. 'Cause we still have basically all the main cast here, and this is like still funny, but it
it's a
definitely
shadow of its former self. You're like, oh, like
you're missing your Michael Jordan, your LeBron James.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the
And I
key.
didn't like the new guy that they brought. I was like, this dude's lame, dude. I was like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Randy? Yeah, I was like, nah. I was like, this ain't it. I was like, and as cool as like Hyde and like Kelso, like it wasn't the same. Like I was like, ah,
Well, it's funny because like in that show, everybody around Eric was like super like different, and Eric was vanilla.
Yeah.
But you needed that. You needed
It's the
just
glue
a
to the whole thing.
regular, just dude who wasn't like anything crazy to be there and
Yeah.
like kind of put everybody together. And in the office, everybody's vanilla except for Michael. And he's the crazy one, but he's enough crazy to cover everyone that
yeah,
when Andy comes and he does like a very bad imitation of Michael, you kind of get like, what are you doing? Like, this is awful.
When you
And
go, you
it's
end up hating Andy, and you don't really like
yeah,
hate Andy. First, you're kind of like
exactly.
dorky, like character that's always doing too much, and then by the end, you're kind of like, ah. And not
Yeah,
the same way you hate Michael. Like you hate Michael in a way that you love Michael too. You're like, I wish
yeah,
make it stop, like make it stop. You're like covering your, but it's also the best thing you're seeing. So, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Jerm, you asked in like another chat we were in the other day about like, or someone asked, but like celebrity crushes, like your first as a youngster celebrity crushes.
Oh yeah, that wasn't me. Yeah.
Okay, but dude, when
Right.
I didn't answer in in that chat, but when I thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, these are some good answers. But then the first thing that came to mind was like the pink Power Ranger. I was like, as a kid watching Power Rangers, I was like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or for whatever reason, like I remember like reruns of like Saved by the Bell would come on when I was a kid. And even though it was like before, definitely like before my time, because it was like late '80s, right? Or I think.
I think so. That was before my time.
Yeah, so I remember like when it would come on, I would watch and people would be like, "Oh, Saved by the Bell," and I was like, but I think it was like Helly on Saved by the Bell where I was like, "Yeah." That's why I wanted to stop. Like you seen that meme? It's like when you want to stop playing with toys, you're like you figured it out. You're like, "Oh yeah, dude, that was it."
For me, I think my first questions were all like Mexican actresses on the novelas that my mom would
Dude, the
was watching.
novelas or like the Mexican, like the Weather Girls, dude. Like just bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
I didn't watch the news.
David's
But
off shows now. Now he's just like, yeah, the fine weather ladies, dude.
you're gonna get us in trouble, David.
Hey, I'm just saying. I saw a meme where it was like, you know, the weather's getting serious when they have an actual like hardcore like regular dude meteorologist on there to talk about the weather,
When you got
and
a
he's
guy
just
in a
like,
suit.
he just graduated from like whatever school, and he's here to talk about like the weather because it's like it's going down outside. And you're like, oh dang, all right, dude, that '70s show, The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons, like it's classic enough.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Family Guy, yeah.
I never saw Family Guy.
Oh,
I'm not
Family Guy was the one for me for sure. Like of the
Dude.
cartoon that opened up the door to. I'm a huge adult cartoon person now. Like Rick and Morty, love it. Like American Dad, any of the adult Big Mouth or Big Mouth, right? Yeah, any of the adult like cartoons, I'm in for because Family Guy.
Okay, good. Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
That was like the sneak show, like that if mom walked in and caught me watching, I would be in trouble for, but it was like worth it.
Right.
So yeah.
Dude, that's the one you watch like with the volume low.
Yes.
And when you hear footsteps like by the door, you're like, oh, time to change it back to like, dude.
Oh, I was watching Disney. I was just on Disney Channel.
Right. Disney XD. Like, oh yeah. I'm watching That's So Raven, or you know, like Zach and Cody, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I never got into I think The Simpsons was the last like adult cartoon that I saw. And after that I kind of was just not that much into it.
I mean, Simpsons the one that truly laid the
yeah. Yeah, they're like the trailblazers of it all.
The longest standing one, right? I mean, it's been on
dude. A gateway drug, if you will. Yeah. Dude, South Park? Any South Park? I know like South Park, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Family Guy opened the door to all of those for me. Now I love it. South Park might actually be the funniest one. It's the craziest, most like obscene one for sure, but it might be like the way they do they'll like take a real life situation going on, like an election,
right?
And make it into the stupidest, like most out of control, hilarious thing, and just like point out, basically making the whole thing look as silly as it kind of really is. And it's like just so like nuanced, but also over the top at the same time that it's just like, it's so good.
Yeah. South Park, man. Hold on, let me be right back. Hold on, let me grab some water.
Yeah. But with I think the interesting part of like that whole, because it's like its own little genre, that whole like adult stuff, adult cartoon that kind of paved the way to everything from like, what was the cartoon there? Adult Swim, everything that you saw there. It's interesting how the origin is just like The Simpsons. That is the godfather of them all. Like, and that's so interesting that the pool and the reach of the Simpsons is that, like, because it wasn't there that episode on like Family Guy where like they paid homage to it and it was like, oh, the Simpsons did it, the Simpsons did it, like
Oh yeah,
everything.
they've made tons of jokes on Family Guy about like that they're like they've poked fun at themselves like being knockoff Simpsons, whatever. They did the crossover episodes with the
Mm,
Simpsons at one point. Like yeah, they're for sure like the little baby of the Simpsons, I feel like.
yeah,
Dude, The Simpsons, like they have a tree. That's how we talk about like coaching trees. Like The
Yeah,
Simpsons,
straight up. Simpsons
dude.
greatest
that's
coaching tree of all time. It's every cartoon, every adult
yeah,
cartoon
and that's
ever.
what's so interesting because like I think it's one of the few shows that can say that because everything else is, you know, kind of derived of different stuff or even like music. Like it's like I think the Beatles might be the ones that can say that where they have like the biggest reach where like people from all genres are able to like reach all the way
Right,
back and be like, oh, who'd you love as a little kid? The Beatles, and you get like all the classic rock dudes, all the like all of
right.
them, like they'll mention the Beatles, and you're like, dang, like that reaches so far. And obviously now, you know, now it's a little different, but it's so interesting that like for that genre of TV, it's The Simpsons that
Yeah.
they can, and they're still like cranking them out.
Yeah, dude. I remember the first time as a kid, like, cause I'd seen like episodes of it, right? And then they would have reruns, and there were reruns of like the animation style when it was like first on, and it threw me off. I was like, "This is The Simpsons." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "It is." It's just like the
Old.
earliest stuff, and I was like, "Oh, damn! Why do like Bart and Homer look so weird?" But it's like, oh, like, that's how far back it goes. Like it's actually changed, you know?
Yeah, it's like I think in basketball, Michael Jordan is that. Michael Jordan is the long-reaching one. For a while, he was, and now it's the game is so different that like I don't think there is a guy like that anymore. But Michael Jordan for a long time like was that like everybody was trying to be like Michael Jordan, and now it's like you know just such a different type of game with the 3 point shooting.
It's a
And
different
it's a
landscape to
different sport.
navigate because now everybody kind of has a like a everyone can do a lot of like what Mike was doing back then because Mike was like one of the, like the first to do it in some regards, you know, as far as like having shoes, having like an iconic logo or having so everyone's now attempting to do all that kind of stuff with like today's like modern touch. And yeah, so there's like I mean, because you see with music too, where it's like there's just like always like a lot of noise. And so having like so everyone's got a thing now. Everyone's got like the social media stuff going on. Everyone's got, you know, making content and music and stuff like that. And it's like I've mentioned like Soldier Boy, like, oh, Soldier Boy was like one of the first to do like this certain thing.
Yeah.
And now everyone does that. And it's kind of become like the blueprint, for lack of a better term. And it's like,
Is it so I noticed this in basketball. There is less the competition. I don't want to say like it ended, but you don't see the same tenacity, the competitive tenacity ever since like Kobe retired. Like it's rare to see the guy who's like not friends with these with the rest of the guys, who's like willing to like. I think Giannis is the only guy that I can think of who like has turned down workouts in the off season with the other superstars. Who's like, why would I want to work out with them? Like they're my competitors. Like I'm not interested in that. And like Kobe was like that. I mean, towards the end, it's different, but and I noticed that in basketball now, it's rare when you see that type of like competitive fire towards the other guys because they're all friends. They're all buddy buddy, and like you'll get like even like someone like Draymond who's like crazy. when the Lakers are in town, he becomes like a fanboy for LeBron James
Yep.
and doesn't go at him, doesn't say anything,
Yep.
doesn't provoke him. And you get LeBron who's like praising like Steph Curry all the time, and you're just like, okay, dude. And I was watching, so I saw this TikTok, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this one because like I see this in the NBA, and I wonder if this is the same in music. And it was an interview that they were doing with Nelly. Now I don't know when this interview took place, but it must have taken place not so long ago. And he was saying that the difference between music now, well, at least rap now and then, was that now there is like the guys don't see each other as competition. And he was saying that in his time, it was he was competing with Jay-Z, with Eminem, with 50 Cent, with Young Kanye, Outkast, and he rattled off, and I was like, Ludacris, who was still
Yeah, I was
making
gonna
good
say
music
Luda.
at the time.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, because I remember growing up in that time. I remember listening to music and rap music specifically in that time, and I was like, he's right. Like I remember, like the music was so good, but it was so good because everyone was making good music, and if you were the one that was dropping something lame, it was like, well, no one's gonna listen to you, and you're gonna starve. And I remember I was, which leads me to another interview I saw of Brandon Flowers from the Killers. And he was saying that their first album, the Killers' first album, it was ready to be released, and then the Strokes released their album. And they listened to the Strokes album and they're like, nah, we gotta redo our stuff. And they like scrapped other album and they rewrote everything. And then they dropped their first album, Hot Fuzz. And it was like, I was like, whoa, like that's crazy.
That's wild.
And I don't see that in sports anymore. That like fire the competition. Um, is that like that in music as well? Like, is there like less competition? Is it similar?
I think it's probably. I think everything's just. I think like to both points, to the music and to the sports point. I think everything's like partially just ruined by social media, and like to the
Mm,
larger point of like, I think like one, everything's so accessible. You see everyone on social media all the time. So like from a competition standpoint, it's not like, man, I see this guy 2 times a year and he's trying to take my head off 2 times a year. It's like,
right,
no, I like, even though I don't even follow that guy, the NBA's collabing with him on his freaking Instagram post, and
right,
Right.
just whatever. I'm seeing it all summer. Plus, if I want to get any good runs in, now the whole thing is go to these runs where all the NBA guys go with these runs, and it's like that's kind of like there's good and bad to that because you can make the case like
mm,
that's the most competitive like run you're going to get where you're playing against the best talent, most thing like an actual game. But at
yeah,
the same time, you're in the gym kind of buddied with these guys because you're not going to walk into a gym in summer when no one's playing and just be like an absolute like jerk. Like that's not going to be your approach to it. So it's kind of this
yeah,
weird balance with that, I feel like. Um, and the giving props thing to guys like you were talking about, Braun and like Draymond and them, it's like I think for Braun it doesn't hit as bad for me because I feel like I remember Kobe late in the career when he kind of realized like it was slowing down. Like that I remember him like starting to give props to guys and being
yeah,
like, oh, this might be the next young guy. I think LeBron's trying to do that to a certain degree and like show guys love and also realize like it's just like weird because LeBron still is 25, 8 and 8 a night or whatever. And it's like,
yeah,
so it's like you kind of are still like, dude, kill these guys. Like you might be better than these guys still. Don't be like conceding this to anyone. Like you
yeah,
just keep killing these guys. Um, and then as far as the music thing goes, I think that's just like really on a personal level, but also like the oversaturation. It's like, how do I even know who's like really my competition? You know what I
mm,
mean? I think once you're like Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, you're like, okay, these are the guys I'm going against. But right now, I'm like like for anyone that's just trying to come up and do it, it's like your competition is just some
It's you,
random.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and just every other guy that's making a song out of his bedroom and recording
Right.
content on an iPhone trying to have a clip go viral. It's like everyone's just kind of battling for the same thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, because mainly, I don't know. I think I mentioned this to Germ, but whenever I see anybody that, like, if I see them perform and I see them doing something good, I'll probably think first, like, man, I need to go practice, or I need to go maybe write something, or just, to try to, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I definitely feel like there is a part of music where it's like, be positive and support each other. And I think there's a time for that, but there's also an aspect of like, okay, you put out something great. All right. Like,
I'm gonna be
I'm
better.
gonna go try to make something great now. Cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got yours, let me get mine. All right, cool. But you've also have people that like don't react that way, and they'll see someone do something great and they're just kind of like, oh, all right. Well, why
Yeah.
do dude, yeah. I was once this happened a couple years ago, but I was at Frog and Peach. It was during they had like an open jam session going on. And at that time, there was this dude in the area who was like making waves, and he put a band together, and he was, getting gigs like left and right, all this stuff. And so I'm thinking like, oh, cool, like good for this guy. And I was like, man, at the time the band I was in, I was like, I want us to try to do that. Cool. I'm going to see like, if we can put in some work. And there was this other dude at the open jam that was like complaining about this said individual that was getting success. And he was just like, oh yeah, can't get any gigs now. Like this guy took them all, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, shut up. Like go, like maybe
Go
you need to
work
work
harder.
harder.
Steal
I
some
was
of
just
them
like,
back.
yeah, I was like, dude, get out of here with that, bro. I was like, if you like go out and do the work, bro. I was like, stop. But yeah. So there's both. There's some people that are like,
Yeah.
oh dang, that's dope. I want to go make something dope. Cool, let's go try to do something like that or our own thing. And then some guys are just they see it and they're like Homer Simpson fading into like the little hedge, and they're like, all right, bye.
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
dude. So yeah, I just think it's mindset, and just
Yeah, because I'm not talking about competition in terms of like where you're like F everyone.
right.
It's more just like I want to be like it's more like singular, like I'm looking at
Right.
me, and I think whenever competition, I think, and it's why I do see that in the NBA where the competition is less, because even like Kobe at the end, he was also like picking up like the young dudes. Because I remember they asked him about Dirk, and Kobe and Dirk were like similar trajectory. They entered the league around the same time. And they asked him about Dirk, like, oh, how special is Dirk? And Kobe was like, Dirk knows how I feel about him. Next question. And it was one of those like, I'm not gonna uplift my contemporary. I'll talk good about Kyrie, Kyrie Irving. I'll pick him up. I'll talk good about Steph, but don't ask me about like, because even with LeBron, he wasn't like, oh man, LeBron's so amazing. He's so great. And that's why when I see LeBron do the whole like Steph Curry thing, I'm just like, that's like you like had like tombstones of these guys with their names on them at one point.
Yeah,
And
that's the only
now,
weird thing about that is like how intense and how much it felt like they hated each other at one point. So now
mhm.
that they see everyone seems cool, it's like, man, you guys were talking so much trash, and like,
Yeah,
I'd have rather just stayed like that, kind of like it can be
yeah,
respectful, like it can be a respectful thing like that, but it's like, nah, we don't need to like just be
yeah.
loving on each other.
yeah. And I think that's the part where the competition aspect of it just gets lost. Because when I heard the Killers do that, where they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna scrap the entire album," I'm like, "That's insane." Because I mean, I don't know how to write like one lyric. I can't imagine having an entire album out, listening to another band, and like knowing our stuff sucks compared to those guys.
Yeah.
We got to do it. We got to do it all over again. And that is that wasn't a screw the Strokes. We're trying to be better. It's like, no. We want to be better for us.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's cool.
That's the disconnect.
That's the part
yeah. Some people will view
and that's the part that I'm talking about.
They associate the negative sides of it, there's like a toxic aspect to everything, but people got to understand that like there's nothing wrong with seeing someone being the best they can be and thinking, dang, I want to be the best me like I can be. I got to get back in there and figure something out. Blah,
and
blah,
using something that's somebody's using as fuel, you know.
Yeah,
I think that part is super healthy too, because like it's happened with us, like in this podcast where we'll like drop an episode, like it happened last week. We did this whole thing on Ryan Garcia without knowing he was about to like lose his mind, and we like drop it, and the next day, like he loses his mind, and I'm like, oh my god, like we were right there. We caught we didn't call it because nobody could have predicted this.
Right.
But I remember being like, I am so glad that's the conversation we had. I'm so glad that was the topic because we just thought like, man, this is a little weird. Why is he acting this way? And we kind of just did a thing. And the next day, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Okay, we were onto something. You're like, yeah.
So,
dude.
And I think that kind of stuff is super cool because it's like, like we mentioned that was in there. And I think it's such it's so positive, the competition, that I see the NBA now, and it frustrates me how just that doesn't happen. It's like, whatever. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, well, I think one thing too right now you're seeing is like in terms of like face of the league, I think at one point that was like a pretty big like deal and thing that like guys like cared about kind of trying to chase and get to. And it was like, and like, so it was Jordan. And then it was, Shaq, Duncan, Kobe, kind of the mix of those three in the early 2000s. And then kind of Kobe leading into Bron. And then Bron held it for such a long time. And you know what I mean? There were guys, and the cool thing about it was there were guys that nipped at the heels. There was a Steph moment, there was a KD moment, but it was kind of like, it was kind of LeBron for this chunk of all that time. And but I like this, but like it felt like Steph wanted to be the guy, and it felt like KD wanted to be the guy at one point. Yeah. And now it's kind of like those guys are too old to be the guy anymore. Like, so it's like, and I feel like they're all kind of aware of that. So now it's like, you look at the league and look at like guys who are in contention for it. It's like Jokic, he doesn't care about being the guy. He might
want it,
but he doesn't give it. He does not care. Yeah. And then it's like Giannis. Like Giannis always just gives weird interviews where you're like, I don't know if he really actually. He's like, it's Dame's team, and you're like, no, it's not, dude. Stop saying that. Like it's
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I love it, and like Dame should close games probably, like, and be the guy taking like. If you need a 3 to win it, sure. But it's like, it's not Dame's team. Like, it's your team. You're Giannis.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's some of that going on. So it's like, and then the other side of it is like, all the best talent in the league right now is foreign. Does the face of the league has always been an American guy? Are we ready to adopt, are we ready to be like Wembanyama is the face of the league if he ends up being that? But it's like, he's from France, and there's a disconnect with that maybe for our people.
Yeah,
for America, you just don't know.
And then the American dude, Tatum, he's just not.
It's not quite that. He's the
like
below that.
Somebody asked me this. Oh my God, I can't remember. But I had this conversation with someone, and they were like, "Who's going to be the next phase?" And I just went through what you did. I'm like, well, Jokic, it would be Jokic, but he doesn't want it. He doesn't care for it. Luka maybe, but.
Maybe
it's almost like he doesn't want it, but it's not Luka, and I love Luka, but face of the league, I don't know. And then it's And you go to Giannis, and Giannis that whole thing. And I was telling him, if Tatum was more entertaining, like in terms of like not his game, but just his interviews, like if he was just someone that you looked at, you're like, oh man, I care about what Jason Tatum has to say, or he's funny. I want to, like, if he had like Joe Burrow's personality, it'd be Jason Tatum, no doubt, because he's on the best team. He's playing lights out, and he's young enough where he can like take over.
Or if he had
knows
Ant's personality.
Yeah, and then I brought up Anthony Edwards, and I'm like, he plays in Minnesota.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
And because he plays in Minnesota, it's one of those things that he would have to leave Minnesota.
Or really put together a special run like the LeBron and Cleveland thing where it almost neutralizes the fact you're in just like a kind of weird franchise. But even then, Cleveland, more history than Minnesota. Like the Minnesota thing is like, it's like being an Orlando Magic, and even the Orlando Magic have made the NBA Finals. So I just, it's tough.
Yeah, and so when they asked me who's the face of the league, I'm like, it's honestly still LeBron.
Oh, at this point, for sure. That's who all the YouTube pages put on the title of their video because that's going to do the best with clicks. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, it's LeBron, even though it shouldn't be, because it's unfair to LeBron. Yeah, it's unfair to him. But it's LeBron because he's the one that everyone still cares about. And so it's weird because in football, it was like Brady forever. And it was like a seamless transition to Mahomes. And Mahomes has the personality. He has everything to be that. And it makes sense, like why he would be the guy. And in basketball, there isn't that.
No one has risen for that mantle. Because even when Mahomes was coming up, Brady was still a presence, kind of like how LeBron is right now. But LeBron's it's kind of like he's waiting for someone to like, okay, who am I handing it off to? Because there's a lot of talent, but no one has that like that aura about them, I guess.
Yeah, it's more than just the talent. It's the all encompassing.
Right.
Like it's everything. It's like, because like LeBron came in after Jordan, and it was like, okay, now this is the most highly touted high school prospect ever. He comes in right away. He averages 25 and 6 or whatever. And then by year 2, he's 29 points a game and he's 7 boards and 7 assists. And you're like, okay. So from that perspective, like there's the Luka thing, because Luka came in and immediately was just dominant and really good. So you could look at it from that perspective of like just overall numbers and talent. And like you kind of have to be the guy kind of early, it feels like. Then there's the winning and the championships and the dominance in the prime, which was why at one point, like if you would have asked me 2 years ago who was going to be the face of the league for LeBron, Giannis without a question would have been the guy I would have said. Coming off the championship, the 50-point game, beating the Suns.
Right.
Seemed like he was kind of more hungry for it and ready. He had the 2 MVPs. He had that. But then he had they've had a couple rough playoff series, the one against Boston and then last year against Miami.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's tough. Tatum's the one, like if he could get a ring, maybe he's a little more in it. But again, to your point, the personality still is.
Yeah, he doesn't have the aura about him. Yeah.
Yeah, because Duncan was never the face of the league. And Duncan maybe at one point was the best player in the league for a 4 or 5 year stretch. But it was like he was just so Tim Duncan. It was like, that's never going to be the face of the league.
Yeah. And I think it's why. And it's weird because basketball needs it. Football doesn't need it. Football doesn't need a face of the league. Basketball needs it because basketball, what gets advertised is the players.
Yeah, it's the most star-driven, like, market. It's all about the players.
And it's why, with, like, the TV deal that's coming up, I think it's why the NBA has a problem right now with viewership, with all of that, because, and even with the competition stuff, because it all kind of, like, it starts from the top and it sprinkles down. Because even if we go back all the way to, like, Larry Bird and Magic, they were so competitive with each other that it made the entire league be competitive.
Yeah.
And then you got Jordan the Bad Boys, and he's like trying to beat them. And Jordan's entire thing was the most competitive dude there is. And then it's like Kobe comes in and Shaq and Kobe, and now they're like super competitive. And it just was that. And it was like Spurs, Lakers, and it was just that entire run. And now it's different. So I think Giannis is the closest to it in terms of game, but yeah, he needs somebody to tell him like you need to stop with this nonsense, like of like
Yeah, be the guy. Like you're the guy. You can be the guy. You can be.
Yeah, it's like someone needs to remind him. Remember Game 7 finals? Remember what you did to the Suns? Remember that Game 6? Remember?
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's because you almost need like it's weird because you almost need to be a dick to be the face of the NBA. Because if you go through it, they've all been like pricks, all of them. Like there hasn't been a baby face, like super nice guy. Because even when Braun was like the face, he was going through 9 straight NBA finals. He was a guy. The Warriors had to like assemble like a super team to beat him, and he was just like an a-hole in it. And that was the entire thing. Kobe, obviously. The Spurs were like the front, like the evil guys who just didn't talk to anybody. And everybody now is like nice. Everyone's cool, and it's probably the missing ingredient that these guys have.
Yeah, it's a fair point, I think. I mean, even like the All-Star, I mean, not that the All-Star games are a great example, but it's like that was just so embarrassing this year. It's like there's less pride and like just the like I'm better than you, dude. And like I want to be the guy that when people say who's better, they say it's me. And I don't know. I think the guy that and will end up being the face will be, I think Wemby's the guy that's got the trajectory for it. Just because, like, to me, like every face of the league has been something really unique. That's the other part of it, is like there was something cool and crazy to their game, right? Jordan, he flew. It looked different, him going through the air. LeBron, we never saw someone that big, fast, strong, the combo of all of it, while having the ball skills to be able to do it, and the all around. Magic, the passing, Kareem, the sky hook, Bird, the shooting and the ground bound game, and like how he could do everything without really being an above the rim guy. I mean, like all these guys had like a thing to their game. And then it's like, so Wemby to me feels like the next evolution of it, where it's like modern day NBA, everyone can shoot and dribble, even the craziest, freakishly tall.
And he's incredible live.
I'm going to see him on Saturday. I'm so against the Warriors. I get to see him go play the Warriors.
Get there early.
I want to watch him warm up.
Get there early. Because I saw him when he came here to LA like 2 weeks ago. And as you can see, I'm still not over it. Like,
it was crazy.
We got there like 40 minutes before the game, and he's warming up. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what, like, who is this guy? There is
you said you were like, he's an alien, dude. Like, it's, you can't even believe he's human.
You see him, and you're like, there's no way me and him belong to the same species. There's absolutely no way. Like, he is so ridiculous. And like, yeah. So I'm excited for you that you're watching him. Like, it
Thank you. I'm pumped.
Oh God. Yeah. He's so amazing live. Like, just so coordinated, so tall, but yet he knows what to do. And just because I remember seeing Giannis when he first came in the league, and he was like super tall and lanky and skinny, but he looked like a deer. Like he didn't know, like, he didn't know what he had yet.
Yep.
And Wemby is like the same way, like super long deer, but except it's like he knows exactly what he has to do. So yeah, that's incredible. And then Steph is always a treat whenever you can see that guy live.
Steph is like an afterthought with this matchup is crazy, because I'm like, that's the best shooter of all time, and I'm like, oh, that'll be cool that Steph Curry will be there, but I can't, like, the Wemby thing is just, and I mean, he is literally just getting better every single week. It's like I just see a new stat line where it's like, oh, Wemby just had 29 11 boards, 5 blocks, 5 steals, 7 assists. You're like, what?
This might be crazy, but I think when it's all said and done, he's going to go down as the greatest defender in NBA history.
Oh, I don't
And
think
it's
that's
not even going to
off.
be close.
I don't think that's off because the steals and the block numbers are going to be crazy.
He is. I just the Lakers were a different team when Wemby was on and off the court. Like, and
You
this
gotta
is like the Lakers with
respect
Anthony Davis, with LeBron James. And when he was there, they just were like, we're not driving. We're not getting close. Just jump shots. And when he was off, he was like, no, we're going to drive now. And I had never seen that in an NBA game before.
Yeah.
And that was incredible. Where I was like, man, this guy completely shifted the game plan for the entire team for this 10 minutes that he was on. Like that's nuts.
Crazy.
So you have to see him too, David. You have to find a way to like.
Oh, we'll go. I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh,
So see, when that game in the fall, I'm sure we'll go to another one.
He'll be around. They just need to get him a point guard that can throw him the ball.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, that's all. Yeah, that's all he needs.
That's what shows how truly good he is that he's doing this stuff with a team that literally is like, we don't care. We're not really going to get this guy the ball. It's
Yeah.
on 28 minutes a game. It's like
It's
they're
so
like
crazy.
totally bringing this along so slowly. Wait till they unleash this kid in a year.
Oh, man.
Just go, okay, time to put good players around him. Time to get some vets that can shoot. And we're going to play him 36 minutes a night now and let him go. It's
Yeah,
like,
I hate the Spurs game plan. I hate that they're doing this because
I guess the fear is just that there's never been someone this big that's ever lasted long. And the last thing you want to do is early on put a bunch of strain on his skinny, almost still like teenage body before he gets like his man strength and develops. The counter to it is this. He seems different in his preparation. You've seen the video of him doing the splits and all the crazy stuff. It's like he seems to like have his whole life been told, hey, dude, you're going to be enormous, and that means you're really likely to get injured. So we're going to make sure you do everything correct so you don't get injured. You're going to be super flexible. We're going to be, so.
And when you see him live, you realize his frame is not as frail as it looks on TV.
Oh, that's good.
He looks bigger. He looks like he can fill out really well.
Oh, he's gonna. That's the other thing. It's like these pictures I think of him right now are gonna age really funny.
Yeah.
In like, think about what AD looked like when he came out of Kentucky.
Or even like Giannis, yeah.
And Giannis. I mean, Giannis is the greatest example of it. But it's like these dudes get big and strong on NBA weightlifting programs, and once they just like think about it, like anyone at 19 versus them at 25, 26, 27, it's like you just like have a different sort of man like strength to your build. It's like he's gonna get that and then just naturally be bigger, plus the crazy weightlifting.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even need to get that much bigger. If he just added, over the next few years, 20 pounds, it's like that would go a long way for his game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's the reason why I don't like it, it's if he's gonna get hurt, well then he's gonna get hurt and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And whether that's now or in 5 years, you have this guy and you're ready to win now. So do it. Like go for it. I just hate what they're doing. I hate how they're kind of like slow playing everything when you have in your hands, possibly, if he stays healthy, the next great thing.
Yeah.
And as a Laker fan, I'm obviously hoping it all burns and he's like, I want to become a Laker.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what I'm hoping for. But it's this like I watch him and I'm like, what a waste! What a waste of a season. Because he's so incredible, but it is what it is.
Yeah, my biggest fear is that they do it again next year. I'm hoping that it's just the rookie year and you don't try and go, we're going to take it, give him the first 2 years. It's like, dude, he's so talented. He might be the defensive player of the year this year as a rookie, even though the team is terrible. So it's like, put some, and he's averaging 20 a game on top of that. So let's just put some freaking guys around him. Atlanta needs to trade Trey Young, probably. Go like I don't, I get him someone that I think him and Trey Young would be awesome. I'm not even the biggest Trey Young guy. I think Trey Young's got a lot of flaws, but is there anyone I don't know if there's a better duo to go match with Trey than a 7'5" guy that knows how to run pick and roll and catch lobs and finish anything. Trey's one of the best alley-oop passers in the league. Also, Trey's not a good defender. What would be the best thing to have behind not a very good point of attack defender? Probably the best shot blocker in the league. So it's like those things kind of make sense to me, I feel like. And so I don't know. I'm like, you got to go get someone to match with him because let's not waste it. We know this dude is legit already. I don't think you need to slow play it at this point.
Well, like in retrospect, the Spurs should have made an offer to Austin Reeves because Austin Reeves with
that much.
Yeah, Austin Reeves with Wemby would have been so amazing because Austin Reeves can pass, he can shoot, and he could run the point way better than Sohan can. And obviously, as a Laker fan, I'm glad that didn't happen. But if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm looking at them like, what the hell were you guys doing? Like, how do you not even?
So it's like you could just pair him with him and have him go along for the development.
And at the very least, offer him the $100 million and force the Lakers to pay him that. And now the Lakers are hamstrung with him. And instead, they don't offer it. The Lakers get a team-friendly deal.
Yep.
And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what were you guys doing? Like, what's going on there? Yeah. So yeah, that made absolutely no sense. What team has impressed you the most?
Let me go get a glass of water and I'll come back and answer this.
Dude, Wemby's only 20, right?
Yeah, he's 20 years old. So incredible.
Dude.
The guy the only football player that I'm glad I've seen live is Mahomes. Because him live is like different.
He was up there in the Bay when you went that one time for your. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang,
so
dude.
The way he played, it's like he was playing with like little kids. And like, obviously, you know how I feel about Mahomes and the Chiefs and all
right.
that.
Yeah. I saw your tweet earlier. I was kind of sad. I was like, dang.
Which one?
The one where you're like, it's hard to talk football because of how I feel about what happened. And I'm like, dang, dude. Like,
you've been hurt?
Oh, man, yeah. I'm going through it.
Dude.
Ill.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna. I was telling David right after the Super Bowl how like this one I think is gonna ruin how I watch football next season.
Damn.
Yeah, he did say he's like, I don't even care about the regular season
because
anymore.
It's gonna be one of those things that like
you're in that boat now as a fan. Nothing matters until you win a Super Bowl. Now you can't even enjoy the regular season.
Yeah, because
being a Dodger fan in baseball, you just go, let's just
see if we can win exactly that. It's exactly that because it's like, okay, like, well, I've seen them get close 3 times. So, and I've seen them lose. I was saying, David, it would have been one thing if we would have gotten like owned for 3 Super Bowls. Because then it's like, okay, cool. We weren't good enough. We didn't belong in the field. But it's like we like
had a lead.
Yeah, like in the last 2 we had a lead. And in the versus the Ravens, we're at the 1 first and goal, and we had the best running game. And at no point did Jim Harbaugh say, hey, you know what? Maybe let's give it to Frank Gore. Why don't we give it to Frank Gore? Like, let's give it to Frank Gore. Like, we got 4 downs. Can we give it to Frank Gore twice, maybe? We got Kaepernick. Kaepernick could run. Can we do like a misdirection where he runs the other side? I don't know. We're at the freaking 1. Obviously, I'm not okay. So it's just, I think heading into next football season, it's just going to be like, all right, well, okay, cool. Like, let's Can we just get there? Because it was so exhausting just to root for them. But Mahomes live in person, he was so amazing, just so amazing. And I hate that he was so amazing, but he was like a little kid. He was like so dominant. But biggest surprise so far in the NBA season.
I mean, I feel like OKC is like kind of the like cheat easy answer.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota is another good one just because like I was a big the Gobert cat thing wouldn't work.
Yeah,
I was very big on that. I still think it might not in the playoffs. I'm still kind of a big believer in that Rudy Gobert in a playoff series, all of a sudden it's different. I've seen it happen.
For me, it's Cat. For me, it's like he's gonna do something stupid. And
there's that. There's that. I'm more mean from like a schematic point of like I've watched Rudy just get cooked in playoff series where it's like, oh, we're gonna play 5 guards and now he's got to come out to the 3-point line, and now you double down and have Cat have to do that in a series. It's like they might, so we'll see. I love OKC. I mean, Shea's just been awesome this year. His leap from being like a guy that I thought was like going to be, maybe like a third team all NBA point guard, kind of like that, to being like, oh, is this the best guard in the league right now? Like, I think this is the best guard right now. Is crazy. I can't believe they didn't go sign some big guy at during the trade deadline.
Yes.
Give Chet some help. Because like you saw it against the Lakers the other night, it's like once a team has, Jokic or AD or, I mean, any of those guys that can push him around, like over the course of a playoff series are going to do that. You should have given them some defensive help of a guy that can just take that off him. Yeah, because I don't know. It's like they're good, but
Sam Presti, you have like 30 first-round picks.
Yeah, let's not make Gordon Hayward the move that we went at the off.
Yeah, like can you give up 4? You're gonna have 26 of them left. Go get a center.
I'm watching Gafford went for like nothing, and he's now over in Dallas, and he's like this awesome role playing big. And it's like, man, we didn't want to trade a first round pick and 40 years from now for that to see if we could help our team that's the number 1 seed in the West or whatever. It's kind of like,
no sense.
The Boston being this good is surprising me, but also Boston gives me Dallas Cowboys vibes a little bit. I'm like at the point where I'm like, I feel like I just got to see it to like truly believe it. Although they've like gone farther than Dallas, it's not the same thing. Like
they're like the 49ers for me.
He said, I was gonna say Germ said 49ers earlier. He's like
maybe more that actually. That's probably
they're because they've gotten close, they've gotten their hearts broken, and it's like you have the team.
Yeah, well, and they've also got the 49ers thing a little bit where like in the NFL now it feels like to like, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but especially in the Mahomes era and the Brady era too, it's like you kind of feel like if you have like the best quarterback, you're going to win the big game. Like if it's a one-on-one thing, it's like Mahomes, Purdy, you feel like Mahomes is just on a different level. Right. And Boston kind of feels like that when they get against whoever they're going to play in the finals. It's like if you play Denver, it's like Jokic is just better than your guy's best guy.
Yeah.
Even like, I mean, I don't know. That's why Denver to me feels like they're coming out of the West. But like,
yeah,
because it's funny. Then you go down the West, and the thing with the West that's interesting is like outside of Denver, I started even looking at the Lakers, even though they're a low seed. It's like in a 7-game series, if LeBron and AD are healthy, I don't know how many of these teams in the West outside of Denver I like that much more than them. I mean, maybe the Clippers, but the Clippers scare me. In a playoff series, I don't trust James Harden in a playoff series.
Right. Yeah.
So you start going down the list, and it because Minnesota, Oklahoma City, young, maybe not ready yet. Dallas, they don't like to play defense very much. I mean, they could get hot, and Luka's terrifying if he's in a series. But I don't know. Phoenix, they're disappointing kind of at this point. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's the Clippers to me. That's the team that, but I think. Well, the Nuggets feel very Chiefs-esque. They're inevitable, and it just feels like whenever they say, okay, let's play, let's try. It's like there's nothing, and I saw that Saturday versus the Lakers. The Lakers should have won that game, and even Austin Reeves after the game was like, I don't know how we lost that, and it's just, well, they're just that good, and it just they're different. But the Clippers, to me, if Kawhi can stay healthy,
That's the key.
then I think I wouldn't, it wouldn't shock me, because I think he can be the one that doesn't allow the James Harden playoff stuff to come to the surface, because James Harden wouldn't have to be the guy. He just would have to pass. Just when you create for everybody else. And like today with the comeback they had against the Rockets, it was Kawhi. It was Kawhi who did it. It was Kawhi who like orchestrated everything. And then Phoenix is interesting just because of kind of like the Laker thing that you're talking about. In a 4-game series, it wouldn't be weird. Or in a 7-game series, it wouldn't be out of the question to think that 4 games, we could have 4 games where Kevin Durant and Booker and Beal go nuclear.
Yep.
Now they would need to stay healthy, which with Beal, that's not something that can happen.
Probably
and KD
not.
always seems to get hurt right when like things get good. And I think the dark horse to me is Dallas, just because Luka is able to be like the best player in the world for like a month. And like you blink and you look up and you're like, the Mavericks are in the Western Conference Finals?
Yes.
What happened? Oh, Luka's averaged 45, 10, and 12. And you're like, well, okay. That makes sense. And Kyrie's been, if he can stay relatively healthy, like he
It's been a pretty
offers.
good Kyrie year. It's been a pretty good. He's been very
pretty normal Kyrie.
and playing good basketball and being a good Robin to Luka's Batman. It's like, oh, this is when I like Kyrie. When he's like this is actually fun.
Yeah. And in the East, the Celtics are, to me, it's if Porzingis stays healthy, I just don't know who beats them in the East. I mean, I guess Giannis is a great equalizer, but
if Giannis had some all-time series, maybe.
Yeah, I just don't like Dame as the point of attack, and they're just gonna attack Dame until, obviously they're not gonna take him off for his offense, but that's the weak link, and they're just gonna pick and roll and attack Dame to death, and that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, and you can't do that to Boston. They don't have a defensive weak link like
exactly.
All 5 of them. I mean, that starting 5 is phenomenal. They're so deep, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then Cleveland. I mean, I know they're good. I know they've been playing really well, and I know Donovan Mitchell has been amazing, and I know he's a good playoff performer. I just can't get out of my head just how the Knicks punked them last year.
Yeah.
That I just think, are they still Are they still soft? Do they play? I think they're the number 3 seed right now. Miami's the 6th seed. I just think Miami would just
beat them in a series.
Yeah, because it's going to come down to coaching, and I just don't trust them. I think the Magic are a good story, but they're still a ways out. And if the Knicks are able to get OG back, the Knicks, I think, are the dark horse for me in the East. Not that they're going to win it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the East Finals.
Yeah. They've got that tough playoff thing where it's like they could beat you up over some series, and all of a sudden you're just like, dang.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a nightmare. They're going to
the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, wow.
Yeah, and the Sixers, I don't trust Embiid, and Embiid to me is like James Harden. So cool, he's going to come back, but I don't trust that you're going to do anything significant to make me change my mind. So, yeah, And then Halliburton and the Pacers, I love him. The Pacers are just not good enough.
No, yeah, they're not there yet. To me, the one that's interesting in the East, just because every year it's the same story, I feel like, is Miami, where it's like, here we are again. They're going to be a middle of the road team. We're going to act like it's not a thing. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy Butler's going to be averaging 35, 7 and 7 through a month. And they're going to have beat two teams that are better than them. And we're like, here we are again. And they're deep. That I actually kind of like the roster. I feel like they went and got Rozier at the deadline. I like that. That was a huge upgrade over Lowry.
Yeah.
I love Jaquez is
Oh
an
my God.
awesome rookie.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I like their additions they made. I could see, and Jimmy's Jimmy. I could just see him once the playoffs start being like, okay, it's time to start going again.
I know it's crazy because I like the roster this year more than last year.
I would agree.
But I mean, if they do it again, then this he coaches stuff, becomes
Yeah, you just got to put your hands up and go, all right.
just becomes all right. We don't know what the hell we're doing then. Like,
yeah.
The regular season doesn't even matter. Just pencil it in.
Straight up. If they go again this year, then it's really like, all right, we have to stop putting so much on the regular season, guys. Playoffs are a different animal. Enjoy the regular season for what it is, but don't use it to predict playoff success.
Yeah, because by all the everything that we've watched, it should be Celtics Nuggets in the finals.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Nuggets should probably win the finals.
That's what I feel like the consensus kind of right now is for most people.
And it's hard to go away from that, because it's just. And they play Thursday, so that game should be good. Tomorrow's game, that one should be good. But it is just very. Basketball doesn't typically work that way. Like the best teams win, but something weird will happen sometimes.
I don't think they're both going to be there. Like something's going to happen where one of them's not, would be my guess, even though it feels like it's going to be both of them.
Yeah. And if I had to pick who isn't going to be there, it would be the Celtics.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and it's just how did because you're a Clipper fan, right?
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must admit, I was wrong on the James Harden thing. I thought it was going to be an utter disaster.
Oh, me too. And I still can't even really bring myself to really enjoy it and be rooting for them like that because I'm such a not Harden guy. And I still think it's just I think a lot of us that had a feeling and now feel like we've been proven wrong might be proven right in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But I remember thinking this is going to blow up in their face. And it's
he's been awesome.
No, it's worked out. Ty Lue's made it work.
He's been a great soldier. He's played the point really well. He's happily taken the third role as the third scorer. So, if that's how it keeps going, they could definitely, because they're deep too, Norm Powell, and they got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, and they have a great coach, which is
I love Ty Lue.
Yeah, which is the key to the entire playoffs sometimes. Yeah. And it's why for the Lakers, Darvin Ham is the weak link. He's so bad. I'm so sick of him. I just want him gone. And it's why I don't. The Lakers are not good enough on defense to win, but he offers so little confidence as a fan. I'll watch the games and I'm just you do you do anything? He just stands there with his hands in his pocket. And you're like, dude, can you call a timeout or something? The other team's on a run. Can you do something? You're getting paid to do something. And it's just so frustrating to see that guy just do nothing game after game and just allow things to happen.
Do you think if they got bounced in the first round this year, he'll be done?
Maybe, but the question then becomes, as much as I'm on the like fire him, I'm also not super like crazy about that because it's okay. Well, replace him with who?
That was kind of what I was thinking. I
You
don't know.
know, because I mean, I guess you can go and get Coach Bud,
Yeah,
I
that
guess,
was the first name that popped into my head.
but that becomes the question. Like, okay, okay, cool, fire him and bring in who?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that comes in here? Because as long as LeBron is there, it's almost like a impossible job because LeBron isn't going to listen to anybody
No.
that's not Ty Lue, I guess. And I think that's the hard part of for the Lakers that Darvin Ham is here, and it almost feels a lot like the situation the Lakers had when Kobe was there and Byron Scott was the coach, and he was awful. But it was one of those like, well, Kobe's almost gone, and he's kind of here with Kobe.
Yep, and we're just going to kind of let them roll and do their thing, and we're not going to be very good, but we're not going to tell Kobe to not take a bunch of shots, and we're just going
Yeah,
to do this.
yeah. The difference is LeBron still wants to get to five.
Yeah.
If we're talking legacy, you could argue he has to get to at least five. And so that's where it becomes hard because the only way he's winning another title is if he leaves the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening there.
And he's so focused on being with his kids and staying in LA for his family that it's almost like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how you would get to five because five has to right. Would you agree? Like he has to get to five. Like that's like if he stays at four for his legacy, it kind of takes a hit, right?
I don't know if it takes a hit, but I think like to me, five obviously has a better ring to it, I think, like in terms of how people will view it, especially if he gets five this late in his career, because then the
Oh yeah.
longevity argument's so crazy where like he made his first finals in 2007 and then he
Mm-hmm.
won his last ring in 2025 or whatever. It's like that
Right.
would be pretty freaking phenomenal from a longevity standpoint, that
Mm-hmm.
that would be strong for him. I mean, I think at this point he's two at the lowest for most people. You know what I mean? So it's like if it's the Jordan thing, and the thing is that the Jordan thing, if he gets five, they're still probably not going to give it to him because it's not six, and Jordan's got six, and like I
Right.
feel like you know what I mean. Like if we're doing the ring counting thing, then like he's got to get six at least probably to tie if that's the argument. And even then it's like, well, it took him forever. It's like Jordan went 6 for 6 and did it in 8 years, and one of the years he didn't play. Like that's going to be the argument there.
Yeah.
So I think like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if at this point, I think it's all gravy at this point now. Like
Right.
if we're being honest, like he's gonna be the scoring record, no one's gonna break it. He's gonna I mean, it's gonna get shattered
Mm-hmm.
so far to a point where it's like no one's going to catch that, I don't think. And so I don't know if he just wants to like have a few more good years where it's like he's setting all these records where he'll be the only guy that ever averaged this number in this season and this number in this season, or if it's like, do you want to go back to Cleveland and take a lesser like role and be, something there? And would Cleveland trade Darius Garland to LA if they could get Mitchell, Braun, Mobley, and Jared Allen and do that and have LeBron come retire in Cleveland again? Like, I don't know, maybe, but I don't, it doesn't feel like he's got a ton of options of places he could go if it wasn't the Lakers either, really. Like, I don't know how many places are
Yeah.
ready to just like sell the farm to get 39-year-old LeBron when you know he's going to come in and the whole system has to be him even at that age.
Right.
So I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see.
Yeah. What's fun to do is like a fun what if is what if Kobe never tears his Achilles? Because if Kobe doesn't tear his Achilles, he plays 4 more years maybe because he doesn't have the devastating injury. And I could argue Kobe gets to 40,000 points.
He might, yeah.
And then it becomes a different story because he gets to 40. He's the all-time scorer, and obviously LeBron would have caught him. But then it becomes like the biggest winner if LeBron doesn't get 5 is Kobe.
Yeah, if Kobe had the scoring record and the
Yeah. And, well, even like with the Kobe fans, like, because there's the people don't understand, like, here in LA, there are Laker fans who are Kobe fans. And then there are LeBron fans who happen to be Laker fans.
yes,
And if LeBron next year plays for Cleveland or the Warriors,
they're back to
those same people become Warriors or whatever fans.
yes.
And it is still a Kobe town. It is still a Kobe team. And I'm telling you because I'm a Laker fan who's a Kobe fan. It's one of those like, yeah, it kind of wouldn't be awful if LeBron doesn't win another one.
Yeah, of course not. You Kobe fans hate LeBron deep down in your guts. You just can't help it.
It just, but it's
The rivalry was too deep for too long. That's why the whole LeBron going to LA thing was weird on its face because it was like, dang, now all these people that have just actively hated him for his whole career are gonna have to like
You gotta
embrace.
switch up on him.
And then he won you guys
Hey.
a championship, and y'all still not really that grateful because you're
Well,
like Kobe's
it's-
better.
no. But what's funny is this: like, it's because LeBron said it a few days ago, where he was like, "Yeah, I still don't feel embraced by the Lakers, by the
No, he's
Laker
not.
fans," and it's one of those like, yeah, I don't know if you'll ever be a Laker.
No, he
Like-
won't because he showed up after. I mean, it was so late into the career, and he was already LeBron. He was already this like big entity of itself. Like it wasn't created by the Lakers. Every other Laker superstar, their stardom and their legacy.
Well, no,
was completely created at the
Kareem
Lakers.
was already Kareem, and like,
To a degree in terms of the MVPs and the stuff, but now we look at Kareem as a 6-time champion. It's like, who do you get 5 of those with the Lakers? And like his time, like he had Kareem missed the playoffs 3 times or 2 times in the middle of his prime in Milwaukee. Like there was some of that where like I feel like especially in like Laker fan minds, I think they almost view it as like, well, yeah, Kareem became like legendary though here, and it's a fair point because if he doesn't go to the
Yeah.
Lakers and he ends his career with 1 championship in Milwaukee and some MVPs and has a bunch of stuff but no playoff success, he's more Wilt kinda, where you're like, wow, the numbers are good and stuff, but like, and he's not even Wilt because Wilt's numbers are better, so you wouldn't even get to make that case like on the per game averages.
yeah,
But instead, he goes there and gets that. Magic drafted there, boom, does that. Shaq in Orlando, good, boom, going, comes to the Lakers, wins 3 in a row, becomes Shaq. Like, so for all these other ones, it's like their legacy, I feel like, kind of was like really cemented with the Lakers, where LeBron's like legacy was more cemented before, and then this Lakers thing's like this cool little addition at the end of it, where it's like, oh, he went there at the end and got one with AD in the bubble season, and they did that whole thing.
but I think the difference also is LeBron has never embraced the Lakers.
You
Like,
don't think?
no, because like Kareem, Magic, Jerry West, even Powell, James Worthy, like these guys are like proud to be Lakers. Kobe, obviously, they were like proud to be Lakers. Like, we are Lakers. And LeBron, there is this like attitude of even Shaq, like proud to be a Laker. And LeBron kind of like he's on the side of it, where he's like, yeah, I'm a Laker now. And it's cool. Like, and a lot of it is like, well, my family's here. I want to be where my family's at. My business is here. And I think it's different because you can feel how LeBron isn't a Laker. Part of it because we are very like, are you a Laker? Are you sure? because also we don't feel the like.
But that's
the
how
heat-
every fan base he's ever played for probably felt.
except for Cleveland.
And that's what I was going to say. I think in terms of like overall embrace, his career, he's probably a more beloved player if he just never leaves Cleveland after the second. I think him going back to Cleveland, like going to Miami and then going back to Cleveland, if he just stays on that second go back to Cleveland, I think even if he doesn't get a fourth, if he just wins the third and then they're always really competitive, I think, the other thing is, I think he probably gets a fourth if he just stays in Cleveland and waits it out. Because the
Right.
Golden State thing fell apart a couple years later, and then it was over. And I think then Cleveland, you would have drafted and trades and blah. And like, if he would have just stuck it out in that Eastern Conference, it's like they might have got another one or two, actually, maybe. And instead, he
Right.
bounced because the Warriors thing and whatever. And he's like, I'm going to go to LA and do that now. And I think it almost like kind of even diminished how cool the going back to Cleveland thing was, because it felt like that was like the beautiful ending to the storybook thing where it's like, now ride off into the sunset together, play the rest of your career there. You're a Cav. You had a little 4-year thing where you ran away to Miami and got it out of your system and learned how to win some chips there. And then you come back and finish it off here. And instead it's like he did that and then they made some more finals and it felt good and like whatever. And then he's like, more, and he had to go do something different, and now it's this weird, like he's played the stint with the Lakers he's on now is longer than any stint he had in Cleveland. It's like that's weird.
Yeah, but it's also the way he talked about Cleveland
Well, it was home, yeah.
is different because
Yes.
like when he won the title for Cleveland, it was the Cleveland. This one's for you.
Yeah.
And when he won the title with the Lakers, it was like everyone said I was done. They called me Wash King.
Yes.
And it was a lot of like, oh, so this is about you.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't about us. And that's what I mean. Like he hasn't like, I'm a Laker no matter what, through and through. And it's why the fans are like, yeah, we'll root for you. And yeah, like you're our dude as long as you're wearing the jersey. But as soon as you take off the jersey,
Oh yeah.
we're switching up real quick.
But
And I think
I would argue the way we cover the NBA has created him being that, because nothing matters other than him catching Michael Jordan. Now, we don't enjoy anything that has to do with LeBron without it becoming a Michael Jordan all-time GOAT debate. So now it's like anything he accomplishes, it's like, y'all didn't think I could be da-da-da-da-da. It's like constantly like that's the only thing he's trying to accomplish now. It's not about like, wow, look at this great moment with my teammates.
No, but the thing is like, who really is saying like LeBron? Because if you look at the media, most of the media is like pro LeBron. Most of the media is like LeBron's amazing.
I think social media though is very.
Oh right, but when he's
I
like,
think he listens to all that pretty intensely.
But that's the part that's annoying, because when he's like,
I agree.
you guys said I was done. You're like, nobody's saying that. You
Like
mean
Joe
like
Schmo on his couch in somewhere.
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
like
LeBron.
user 5378996.
Yeah.
Like that guy, really? That guy triggered you? Like, okay, LeBron. Like, and that's the part that's annoying, because he's like, oh, they called me Wash King. Like, nobody has said that. No one. Like, no one that matters, no one that's actually watching has said
He
that.
just hates Skip Bayless that much, and he really just gained that much motivation from Skip Bayless, maybe.
I was about to say Skip, dude. It's like Rob Parker
It's
with
like-
Brady. It's like, there's that one dude that just keeps talking, and it's like, all right.
I know, but Tom Brady isn't also like, they said I was a system quarterback when he won his 7th ring.
Yeah.
Because that would have been annoying.
No, for sure.
Had he still, and you're like,
LeBron does have a
nobody.
little bit of that. They didn't believe in me. It's like, bro, all right, you've been doing this for 20 years. We all believe in you now. You don't need
Yeah, when he's like, I'm just a kid from Cleveland. I'm like, you do know that you were like the most hyped dude to ever come to the NBA.
Yeah.
Or what he said the other day, he was like, oh, I just like, I didn't know I was gonna be here. I'm like, bro, you have chosen tattooed on your body.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Like,
He's the king of the contradict. My favorite quote of the year this year from him was I don't like attention. Like, I just don't really like
yeah, oh my
attention.
God.
I'm like, brother, that's crazy that you could even say that with a straight face.
And he was like, I don't know if I don't know if I want was it like a farewell tour like Kobe? Like I don't, I
Yeah,
don't
he's like, I
like,
just
I
don't
don't
know if
like.
I like that. He's like, it does sound like a good. He was saying the pros and cons of it, which I get. His pros and cons were good, but then to say that like I just am not someone that really likes attention. It's like, bro, just lean into it. Say you might like want to like the attention of a farewell tour. A lot of guys do. If you're legendary enough to get it, you might want it. Kobe was legendary enough to get it. He was like, "Fuck, I'm taking my farewell tour. I'm gonna get it.
But it's like, bro, out of everyone, you love it. Like, what are
Love
you
it.
talking about?
Yeah, if you were Tim Duncan and you said that, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you were
Exactly.
Jokic and said that, I'd believe you. But LeBron saying it, it's like I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that part was so funny when it's just, oh, I don't do well with confluence. I'm like, okay, sure, sure. Right, right. Okay, LeBron. Um, yeah, it should be. We have like 6 weeks left of this NBA season, and the way it shakes out heading into the playing game, unlike last year, where I feel like last year there was a lot of fear for the playing teams. I don't know if it's the same this year. I mean, because it might be the Lakers and Warriors who come out of the playing game again. But if you're Minnesota, I mean, I guess the weak link there is Minnesota. Because I think the Thunder are able to get good shots. The Thunder with Shea are able to just orchestrate a really good offense. And their defense is good enough versus the Warriors, at least, to throw at them. And the Lakers, I don't know if it's because I just don't, as a fan and as just watching them day in and day out, I know what this team is, and this team is they're gonna look good and they're gonna be up 12, and then out of nowhere they're gonna like fall asleep on defense and lose. And I just think this year, I don't think they're gonna be able to sneak up on anyone like they did last year and get all the way to the Western Conference Finals. So I think this year, at least in terms of the playing game, I feel like it's going to be super chalk, and we're going to just get like the teams that were supposed to be there are going to get there, and we're not going to get the surprises we got last year.
Interesting, because I feel like the Lakers could almost do exactly what they did last year again.
Really?
Depending on matchup. I think if they play Minnesota, probably not, just because Minnesota's big enough to handle it.
Yeah.
But like if they match up with OKC, it's like I watched that Laker OKC game the other night. AD can kind of can just take over and bully ball that, and they can just kind of like attack that smaller team.
Yeah.
So I could see that being a thing over a 7-game series where it's like we're just going to bully ball these guys. And then if they played Dallas in the second round and Dallas decides to play no defense and the Lakers go, it's like all of a sudden you end up in the Western Conference Finals and then Denver smacks them out of there again. It's like I don't think they make the finals or anything, but I can see them getting hot and rolling because LeBron still is a top 7, 8 guy in the world when he's locked in and going. And if AD's healthy and going, he's top 10. And if you've got 2 top 10 guys and your role players can hit some shots, you're maybe in the mix. That being said, I do think OKC is probably just a better team and should win the series, but I wouldn't put it past the Lakers to make a run. Golden State, 100%. There's no chance. Golden State is not winning a playoff series.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
If Vanderbilt comes back and Gabe Vincent comes back and they're both like productive members of the team, I can see it. I agree.
Yeah,
but
cool.
If you're telling me Vando's not coming back and Gabe Vincent isn't coming back, I just don't think this team has enough shooting.
Yeah, especially if you're relying on D'Angelo Russell playing really good like he has been, which never happens in the playoffs. It feels like that's
And Dwindity, he's been awful.
Yeah.
He should have signed with the Mavericks. But yeah, it should be a fun like stretch as we head into the April and late March, because this is when the NBA unfortunately gets good. The NBA's made it to where we shouldn't care for the regular season.
Yeah.
And it's their fault.
Yeah, they've done it to themselves.
Yeah. And we're getting to the good part, the media.
Yeah, we're allowed to care now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so If you had to give the MVP, who's your MVP as of March 6th or
Probably
7th?
Jokic at this point. I'd like to
Yeah.
make the Shea case. I'd love to make the Shea
Mhm.
case, but I think with their records being so close and just the Jokic overall just impact on every aspect of every possession of the games, and like you talked about, they'll just be close in these games, and then it's like he's like, oh, okay, it's time to win. It's like very Mahomes like, where it's just like, oh, we like actually have to win the game right now. Like the game's about to end. Like it's time. Oh, okay. Here, let me hit a couple. Let me get that guy a wide open layup.
Yeah.
An open three in the corner. Let me hit 3 ugly hook shots in a row, and we're up 8 and about to win this game. There's 20 seconds left, and you're like, just seems like that happens a lot.
Yeah. I agree. He's the MVP.
Yeah,
It should be Tatum.
based off
Because
like best player, best team, best record.
yeah, I think the thing with Tatum, and I like Tatum. I just wish he understood that he's 6'9" and he's young, and that if he wants to drive every time, nobody can stop him.
Yeah,
Because
please stop shooting step back, side step threes.
yeah, like I think that when I watch the Celtics, I'm just like, does he not understand his physical gifts? Like, does he like?
He's so big now.
Yeah, and it's a lot like when Brandon Ingram played for the Lakers, and Ingram was like super long, and he would drive, and instead of like driving with his hands up, he would like curl them up, and he would get blocked all the time. And I'm like, dude, you're like 6'10". Why like drive with your hands up? Like,
Yeah,
what are you doing? Like, how do you not know this? And if Tatum was understood that, I think his assists would be up, his points would be up, and he would just be an overall better player, and he would like thrust himself into the MVP conversation. But because he just refuses to play that way, it's really hard to say that he should be the MVP, even though he's been phenomenal on both
yeah.
ends of the court. But
And I think he probably also gets dinged a little bit from being on the best starting 5 in the league, where it's like
yeah,
MVP, you kind of like want a guy to carry a little more.
right.
And it's like on any given night, Porzingis can go off, JB can go off, Derek White, Drew, like they're deep, you know. So I think he gets hurt from that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Final thought?
Let's get to
Canelo Alvarez, please announce a fight soon. Please, we're begging you. That's it. That's all I gotta say,
How about that video he dropped yesterday?
dude. With his drink, okay, with his little drink and his like boxing shoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, how about we see those shoes in action? How about we see you sipping on that drink in like the corner of your fight, bro? Like that, dude. I thought he was gonna retire.
Bro, I saw that video on Instagram and his trainer's right next to him. And I'm like, wait, is he going to announce his fight? Is this what's happening? And then I was like, bro, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't want to hear this.
That could have been a story. That could have been like a story on.
Could have been a tweet.
That's like when like there's a work meeting and it's like that could have been an email.
Yeah,
I did
like,
not need a meeting. Like,
yeah,
bro.
So that video, for those that didn't see it, he's like in front of the ring, like the training ring, and his trainer's right next to him, who happens to be his manager. And Canelo has said nothing about who he's fighting in May. We're already in March. And he posts the video, and you're like, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the announcement.
Finally.
And instead, he talks about how, like, oh, it's been 13 years since I've won my first title. You know, we're so proud of the journey and blah, blah, blah. And we just hope to keep making more memories.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for everyone. An announcement coming soon. And you're like, what? Was that necessary? Like, why did we need that? Like, it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, dude. That's why I was like, dude, he's trolling. I was like, come on, bro, stop playing with me, dude.
Gehrig, what do you have?
You guys will. My final thoughts are that I'll have to come back on sometime in the next week or two to discuss my viewing of Wemby on Saturday.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
I'll need to come back. We'll need to discuss that. I'm very excited to see that.
Yes.
Dang.
100%.
What about you, Jeremy?
My final thought. Oh man. I think what my final thought is that we need, or I need, a way to clear my memories of football for a little bit, because it's not good. It's not I'm like, man, it's not. It's lingering. I need a purging, a cleansing. I need something. I need to just the Men in Black thing where they just flash it and you just forget. And I just need that, because I see all the NFL stuff and I'm just like, I don't care. My little brother was like, oh, who should we sign? Doesn't matter. Just
You're like, no one. Team's good. We just got to get to February and execute. That's it.
He's like, oh, what are we gonna do with Debo? I don't know. Whatever. Just. I'm almost wake me up when January starts. Let's see who we are in January, and yeah. So football's not fun. So I just kind of just. I need a cleansing. So that's my final thought. And I'm sure 49er fans everywhere are just yeah, can we just get a cleansing? Because it's just not fun to look at any of the football stuff.
I'm sorry you're going through that, man.
I tried being sorry. It didn't work out for me.
Well, because you talk crap for so long. Yeah, you're sorry just meant nothing. So yeah, I sent that back to sender, because I don't want to hear that. Don't do that. Yeah, it's just rough, It's just, and I think the rumor is Brock Purdy's going to be on that Netflix show, the quarterback.
Oh,
and I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. I can't do that. I might watch up until the last episode where they do all the Super Bowl stuff. I can't watch that. I can't put myself through that. There's just I'm gonna crumble if I watch that. There's just no way. So yeah, I mean, it's March. Maybe by September I'm gonna be all in again.
Go.
And maybe it's just it's been 3 weeks, so it's still very fresh. But I'll open YouTube TV and it's the Super Bowl. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. And YouTube's like, do you want to watch this? We recommend you watch this. No, I definitely do not want to watch that.
Or other podcasts with Niner players are going to come on where they talk about. I
didn't listen to any recap of the Super Bowl. I didn't listen to any pods. It was one of those I saw the game. I don't need somebody to tell me what happened. I feel the same way. How did that happen? So I don't need to put myself through an hour of that. And then we did our pod. It was just, in retrospect, I felt bad for David, because he I was not a great co-host that night, because I just was all right, I'm here. The camera's on.
Dude.
I was like Michael when he's getting therapy by by Toby. He's like, well, I don't have to talk, but I said I was going to be here, so technically I'm here.
I'm here. So, start the clock.
I put record, so there is an episode of me talking about the Super Bowl, but I don't have to like it. So yeah, that's my final thought. Why don't you guys plug your music stuff, where we can find it, any upcoming shows, any of that good stuff. This goes up tomorrow, by the way, just for whatever shows that are coming up.
Oh, perfect. Then Friday, come see David and I with Imua Shred at Frog and Peach, 10 to 1, 10 to 11, Bobby No Style spinning, 11 to 12, me with Imua. Last hour, Imua doing their normal thing, serenading beautiful crowds of people.
This is facts.
There you go. And you can find both of you guys' music, Spotify, Apple, all that good
All of
stuff.
it. Yep.
Cool. So check them out. It was good talking to you guys. And we'll talk again after the Wemby stuff.
Yes, please.
So
Yes.
excited for that. So I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you guys.
That's the pod. We are brought to you by, as always, Triumph Protective Coatings. They specialize in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro top floors, and walls in self-leveling underlays. They service California, and they speak Spanish. You can follow them, Triumph_Coatings on Instagram, and you get a 10% off if you use the promo code ArrowsUp. You can also reach them on Gmail, triumphprotectivecoatings@gmail.com. That's the pod. Thank you to Gehrig. Thank you to David. Thank you to Angel for the music. I have one more pod coming this week, Sunday, with Harry baseball. So be prepared for that. And I'm going to start doing just stories on Instagram, just nightly. And so support that. Check that out. Instagram, Arrows Up. You can follow us and subscribe to our podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. So please rate, review, and subscribe. And you won't regret it. So for the Arrows Up podcast, I'm German. I'll talk to you soon. Let's go Lakers.